What are you looking at, Harley? It's Saturday morning. Harley decided to come visit me. He's a pretty good dog. Right, buddy? Anyway, I got the parts in so I can put the studs in the differential in the rear end housing so I can install the third member and the axles and all that. So, and I got to clean it out because it's got welding beads inside there. So I'm going to get after that. And I got new shocks, a new rear brake hose, the rooster's up. Harley's investigating. Come here, buddy. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Shake. All right. Sometimes he gets hard-headed when little miss ain't here. And he won't do nothing. But he's in a good mood this morning, right, buddy? What do you hear? Alright, I'm going to get to... Harley said that he thinks there's way too much welding spatter still inside this axle housing. But I think I got it all. I had to take a chisel and a long bar and knock some out of the axle tubes, and I think I got it all. So I'm ready to install the differential. Had a little bit of a time putting those in. I figured out you better use 2 nuts or you'll pull the threads pulling it in, which isn't good. So anyway, I got it. Harley said I did a good job putting that differential housing in, although it did take a while. But there it is. Now I can measure for the dry shaft. I think I got to put a carrier bearing in it. But I'm going to talk to the dry shaft man. But first, let's install the axles. Look at there. Got the brake drums on. New Bilstein shocks installed. All I got left to do is put the brake hose on the back and connect it. And then other than bleeding the brakes, we will be done in the back. Oh, I got to put oil in it too. What do you think, 89er or 85 140? Ain't it pretty? Brake hose is attached. Oil's in it. I think we're ready to put the wheels on. It's amazing how much tools a man gets out. Burnt my little thumb a little bit, but that's okay. It's okay. Maybe before I take the wheels off, I'll get this bent up trim off. I think that's what I'll do. One thing about doing this kind of stuff is you got to be prepared to buy or change or modify everything. Look here. Well, the 9-inch Ford was pretty much bolted in. I got lug nuts now with windows in them. Hello, goodbye. Oh, goodbye. Oh. Yeah. Anyways, we got to get new lug nuts. It was due anyway. Them little stupid chrome liners were getting loose. But they'll hold the wheel on for now, I think. And as Rush used to say, for those of you in Rio Linda, that's because the studs are longer. I don't even know where Rio Linda is. I think Hickok 45 says for those of you in Kentucky. I know where Kentucky is. I went on vacation there one time. Got lost in a state park. Did manage to get back to the car before dark though. Also, I saw a funny bumper sticker on the back of a woodsman's logger's truck. It said, "Earth first, we'll log the other planets later." Alright, the rear end's done. I gotta bleed the brakes, but I need some help with that, and I got nobody to help me at the moment, so hey, I shouldn't leave my light under there, should I? I think all I got left to do underneath is some wiring type things, and put a dry shaft as soon as I get one. So I'm gonna set it down, and need to finish sorting out that air cleaner, and go from there. I've been fighting with this toolbox ever since I got it. Some of these drawers would just come on open. Close them, come open. So I finally jacked it up and put a couple shims under the wheels. Why didn't I do that months ago? Alright, let me get back at the project at hand. Well, here's what I got for the air breather. I know some of you say this filter's no good. The only trouble is the wire is not long enough for the MAP sensor. I mean the mass airflow sensor. So let me see what I can do about that. My man gets awful mopey when his girl ain't around. Look at him. Right, bud? Right, Harley? You get mopey? Okay. It's okay. She'll be back. Well, that wasn't really that hard. I just took that plastic crap off there, spun it back, and got a little slack, and there she is. Alright, now I need to put some stuff back on. Alright, the air cleaner's all done. I made a little bracket here. Everything's stable. I was going to hook up my fuel line here, but I need a 90-degree fitting for that, which I do not have. I removed the accelerator pedal and the throttle cable because don't need that no more. I guess the only thing left for me to do now is get rid of that little dirt dauber nest down there. See that? And start sciencing out I gotta run a starter wire, and then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this fuse box and computer, where I'm gonna mount the computer. It's gotta go somewhere here because we're limited on the cables. But how hard could it be, right? My man don't like the vacuum cleaner. He was sleeping soundly, and then he got up and he took off. Who's here, buddy? Who's here? Don't worry, it's just the wife. You hear that out there, Harley? That's the Trans Am running. I went out to the Caprice that is the donor for this donor car for this engine and stuff, and pulled that harness off the car. It has the engine harness on it already, but I still got to wire up the come on, man, throttle body. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna mount this fuse box, or not. and where I'm going to mount the computer, which is right there. But that harness has one plug for the computer on it. I think it's got the plug that goes in the car for the pedal. Of course, I cut those wires, so I'm going to have to do that, fix that. And I'm going to, Harley and I are going to skin this apart. Right, bud? But first, let's go out and cut off that car. Ain't she pretty? I think so. There it is. It needs a bath, don't it? The birds like the bird. She's warmed up good. And as long as we're out here, let's go out and there's a couple I ought to fire up. Look at this one. This one's for sale, by the way. 2012. Runs good. Battery's dead at the moment because I've been letting it sit here, but anyway, it's for sale. $8,500. All right. Only that stud goes to the starter, apparently. Harley said, quit looking and get to work. That's what he said. Alright, I got to get serious and figure out this wiring harness business. LT1 swap doesn't have much, and the internet don't seem to have much for Gen 4. This is a 2012 Caprice, and I ain't found hardly anything about it. And what I'm trying to do is use the fuse box that came on the Caprice and all of the harness and make it run. And it shouldn't be that hard to do if I can figure out what wire does what. I ain't having much luck. So anyway, maybe I need to buy a wiring diagram. There's a way to do that. So let me bear down on it. I'm gonna ring the bell now though, because this video is I'm coming to an end. Thanks for watching. Please go to MrHeavyChevy.com where you can buy a hat or such like. Haven't sold anything in a long time. You're missing the chance to be in the exclusive club of dozens of people who have Mr. Heavy Chevy merchandise. All right. Thank you.